today's lesson. Yes, a very good afternoon to everyone once again. In our previous lesson, we have studied about the working of the constitution and the process of election. Yes. So now, uh, in process of election, we have studied that there is a need of political party. Okay, who can elect the elections. Am I right? So now in this chapter, we are going to study the political parties. Okay, so our today's lesson is, yes, political parties. Okay, now we have different political parties, right? Some are at the regional level, some are at national level. So today we are going to discuss all those things, which criteria are important for all these parties and all. So but before that, what we have to discuss, what the political parties are doing, what is the main we can say idea behind the political party or making the political party. Yes, anyone can give the answer. Okay, now what is the role of the political party? Political parties are the link between uh, common people and democracy, representative and elections. Okay, they are the link. Now what the political parties are doing, they are uh, for the interest of the common people. They, yes, very good for resolving problem. Very good, Yashasvi. For the interest of the common people, they take the problems of the common people towards the higher authority, that is the to the government, and then government will solve that problem. Okay, we can take an example that our school system. Okay, our school, uh, in our school we have a principal, we have student and teacher. Now what is the role of the teacher? She used to give you knowledge, and at the same time she used to solve your problem. Yes, right. Yes, right. And to link your problem with the higher authority. In the same way, the political parties are also doing. Now, we already know that there are different institutions, organizations, and groups are there who work to achieve their objectives. Okay, but all the institutions and organizations are not same. Am I right? So now there are some active groups, institutions, and movements which helps to form the party. Okay, now what happened for the some sorry. Now what is a political party? Political party are a kind of a social organization. Okay, it is also an organization, but what is the difference between the political party and other institutions and organization in the society is the goal and the style of working of the political parties and other organization. Okay, there is a difference between the style of working. Am I right? So now what happened for some political objective, or to achieve a political power, with the objective of achieving the political power, some people come together and form a group. Okay, now this group work for the benefit of the common people. And how they are going to work? When we elect them. So by electing a group for working for to who can work for ourselves, we elections are conducted, and then a group come into the existence, which is called as political party. So, in short, what is a political party can be described. Political parties can be described as a group of people who aim to contest elections, win elections, and get power to establish the government of their party. Is that clear? I hope everyone is clear this much. What is the political party actually mean? Is that clear? If you understood this introduction, so it is very easy to understand the different things which we are going to discuss. Okay, now here we discuss what is a political party. Now we are going to discuss the different characteristics of the political party. Now first is the very important characteristics for which the these parties are working, that is to be in power. Okay, what is the main objective of the political party? That they want to come into the power. Okay, so for that, different parties come together and they compete with each other in the form of election. But this there is nothing wrong in this competition, but what is important, that competition should be fair. There should be no partiality. That we already discussed all these things earlier only, that while electing the people we should not be partial, we should not um, prejudice, yes, discrimination, yes, we should be neutral, and at the same time that competition should also be neutral. Okay, uh, now the second characteristics, to pursue an ideology. Okay, now every political parties has some ideology and their worldview. They have different ideology, and according to that they work together. Okay, so yes, policies, very good, Neeraj. Okay, so social support were received by the political party, and this support is called as mass base of the political party. Okay, how much support a political party get from the common people, that particular party become that much strong. Okay, now what happened in modern times, in today's time, the ideologies of all political parties appear to be similar, and because of that it is very difficult to differentiate between the political party on the basis of ideology. Is that clear? The second point is understood to everyone. Okay, now the next, to have a party agenda. Now everyone knows the agenda. Whenever we have to start something or we have to organize something, we make an agenda, we make a plan, and according to that we work. So yes, very good, Ria. Main motive. Okay, so we first put down all the agenda. In the same way, the political parties also put agenda on the basis of the party ideology. Okay, now they implement the agenda after they come into the power. Okay, before election, different political parties announce that they will do different things for the social welfare. So now what happened, when a party get elected and it come into the power, so they implemented all those agendas. And if it may be possible that all parties cannot come into the power, right? So it may be possible a party who has a very high strong agenda, they not came into the party or not came into the power. It doesn't mean that they will not work. They will work for the agenda they have decided while election. Now what will happen after that? When the next election will be conducted on the work of their um, on the basis of their work, people can elect them next time. Okay, so for that they have to work on their agenda, either they came into the power or not. Okay, is that clear? Okay, now the next to establish a government. Now if a party get won the election, yes, so it will establish the government, and then it will govern the nation. So the political party which gets majority in the election form the government. Okay, recently that election has been conducted. Okay, so a party who has got the majority of votes, they got elected and they won the power and they came into the power, right? Now, and the opposition party, those who not get the majority, will sit in the opposition. Is that clear to everyone? Okay. Now the next, last but not the least, to act as a link between the government and the people. Now we already discussed political parties are a link between the government and the people and the common people. Yes, very good, Ria. Communicate the demands and complaints of the people to the government. Okay. And government tried to get support to the people for its policies and programs through these political parties. Is that clear? Okay. Okay, now the next. So we have discussed 5 characteristics of the political party: to be in power, to pursue an ideology, to have a political agenda, to establish government, to act as a link between the government and the people. Now, let's move to the next point. Now, there is change is very important. Okay, so there is a change in the political political party system also. So now we will discuss changing nature of political party system in India. Now, post after we get the independence. Okay, after independence, Congress was the strong party in India. Okay, so Congress had a majority at center and in most of the states. Uh, we all know the reason, because in pre-independence period, Congress had done a lot of work for the freedom. Okay, so now what happened? The Indian politics was controlled by the Congress party, and this era is described as the era of single dominant party system. Okay, so what do you mean by the single dominant party system? An era where the Congress has its majority at the center and it's in most of the states of the country. This era is called as the era of single dominant party system. Okay, is that clear to everyone? Okay. Now, as we already discussed, there is a change in nature of the political party. So now what happened? The non-Congress party came together, and the challenge to the single dominant party in system in 1977. Okay, so now two groups are made. The one group is the uh, Congress party and other group is the different other parties. They both come together, different other parties come together and they make a one party. Okay. Yes. So the single dominant party system has been challenged by the other parties in the year 1977. Now what happened after that? after the 1989 Lok Sabha election, this dominance of the single party system get over. Okay, as the different party began to come together to form a coalition government. Now, what is a coalition government? For some purpose, some group come together and they form a partnership, okay, for a particular period of time. That is called as coalition. So, coalition government has been made. Okay, now the belief that coalition government bring instability was proved wrong. Okay, now when the these groups are collating together, yes, very good, this is combined government. So when this combined government was about to form, that time there is a conception that this cannot be fulfill the objectives, but it was proved wrong. The coalition government system is established in India after that. Okay. Now, what will happen if power remain with one political party for a long period of time and no other political parties are influential? Now, what will happen in this situation? Only one party is remaining. Yes, it is a one party system, but what can happen if there is a monopoly? We can say it is a kind of monopoly. Yes, very good, Khushi and Neeraj. There will be instability. Okay. Now, in politics, when two political parties come together, parties are influential, and if political parties enjoy power, alternatively, it is called as two-party system. And if there are more than two parties, they are called as multi-party system. Is that clear? So we have learned three terms today: one-party system, two-party system, and multi-party system. Now, what is a one-party system? In which one party remain for a long period of time as in the government. It is one-party system. Yes, and two political parties are influential, and if political parties enjoy the power alternatively, it is two-party system. And if many political parties compete for the political power, and more or less they equally influential, and the party system is called multi-party system. Okay, is that clear to everyone? Okay, now now we are going to study different party system in India, that is national party and the regional party. Now, before we start the discussing about the national parties and regional parties, let us discuss some criteria which is very important for a national party. A party will become a national party if a political party should secure minimum 6% of valid votes in 4 or more states in the earlier Lok Sabha or state assembly election, and minimum 4 members should be elected in the Lok Sabha from any state in the earlier election. If this criteria is fulfilled by a party, so it can be a national party. Now, this criteria for the regional party, almost the same. Now, what is the criteria for the regional party? A political party should secure 6% of valid votes in the earlier Lok Sabha or state assembly, and minimum 2 members should be elected the Vidhan Sabha, the state assembly. Okay. Now, there is a small difference between the criteria of the national party and the regional party. And what is that? The percentage is same, 6%. The same criteria, beta. Okay. Now, what is the difference between these two? That is, in the national party, there should be 4 members should elected in the Lok Sabha in the earlier election, and in regional party, 2 members should elected in the Vidhan Sabha in earlier election. Is that clear? This is the only 2 difference. Otherwise, the first part is similar. Is that clear? So now we have understood the criteria for the national party and the regional parties. Is that clear? Now we are going to going to discuss about this national parties. Okay, and now we all know there are different national parties. Can you name them? Just put in a chat box different national parties, you know. BJP, NCP, very good. Communist Party, very nice. Okay, Congress, Indian National Congress, very nice. Trinamool Congress, very good, beta. Means you'll know lot about the politics. INC, very good. That is, yes, Bahujan Samaj Party. So now we are going to discuss all these parties in detail. Okay, so first of all, we discuss Indian National Congress. Okay, now Indian National Congress was established in the year 1885. Yes, Siddesh, very good. In the year 1885, as we already discussed, it was a party which was remained before independence too. Okay, at the time of its establishment, Congress was an all-comprehensive movement working for the national independence. Now, what is a comprehensive? Taking all the element and aspects of the nearby environment. Okay, so it was a group with different ideologies who came together. Okay, yes, very nice, Neeraj. Okay, now party from the beginning, the party follows the policy of secularism, all-round development, and equal right and welfare for minorities and disadvantaged section of the society. Is that clear? So, what was the ideology? Secularism. Now, we all know what is the secularism. So, first ideology was the secularism. Second was the all-round development. Third is the equal rights. Fourth is the welfare for minorities. And the last but not the least, disadvantageous sections of the, yes, welfare for the minorities and the disadvantageous sections of the society. So these were the 4 ideologies of the Indian National Congress. Okay, so to achieve all these objectives, the party has organized different programs, and at the same time, parties also believe in the democratic socialism, social equality, and national peace. Is that clear? Now, the second party, the second the second party in the national level or the national party, Communist Party of India. Okay, CPI. This party based on the ideology of communism or communist ideology, and it was established in the year 1925. Now, as it is a communist ideology, so we can understand it will talks about the equality. But for whom? The party works for the welfare of the laborers and workers, and it opposes capitalism Okay. Yes, as the ideology is the communist, so it will oppose the capitalism. But later on, there is a conflict, or we can say differentiate between the ideology has emerged within the party in the year 1960s. And what was the reason that uh, the Communist Party of India is not able to decide which ideology, which communist ideology it should choose, China or Soviet Union. So the party has been split. So the two party has come into existence. The first one was the Communist Party of India, and the second one is the Communist Party of India Marxist. Okay, which was formed in the year 1964. Okay, is that clear? Okay. Marxist, those who follow the Karl Marx, we all know, who work for the who wrote a book, right? In which he described the, yes, very good, Das Capital, yes, in which he described the class struggle. Okay, so those who follow this ideology is called as Marxism. So it is Marxist. Is that clear? Okay. So now after this, yes, very good question. Now after this, we are going to discuss Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP. Okay. Now in which year the BJP came into the power, we will discuss, but we will discuss the initial part first. Now it is a very important party at national level. We all know. Now Bharatiya Jan Sangh was established in the year 1951. Okay. Now, after that, this party merged with Janata Party in the year 1977. The Janata Party could not survive after that, and there was a split in the party, and the Bharatiya Jan Sangh, the component of the Janata Party, established a new party in 1980, Bharatiya Janata Party. Is that clear to everyone? Okay, so in the year 1951, Bharatiya Jan Sangh was there, who merged with the Janata Party, but Janata Party is not able to survive over there. So it split again and it make a new party, that is Bharatiya Janata Party, in the year 1980. Okay, now it Bharatiya Janata Party stands for the protection of Indian culture and tradition, and at the same time it gives importance to the economic reform too. Is that clear to everyone? Till now we have discussed three parties: Indian National Congress Party, Communist Party of India, and the Bharatiya Janata Party. Till that everything is understood. I hope there is a no doubt to anyone. Okay, so let us move to our next party. That is Nationalist Congress Party. Okay, now before Nationalist Congress Party, we will discuss first the Communist Party of India, that is Marxist, that we already discussed earlier. What is Communist Party of India? It is a part of the Communist Party of India, this Marxist. Now we can see that there is a little bit similarity in the symbol also, the Communist Party of India and the Communist Party of India Marxist. Okay. Now this party, the Communist Party of India Marxist, proclaim socialism, secularism and democracy. And the party opposes imperialism. Yes, very good, Siddesh. Is that clear? So now As it is a communist party, so it is working for the welfare of the workers, farmers, and landless laborers. Yes, very nice, Neeraj. It opposes rule. Very good. Which rule? Imperial rule. Okay. Now next, BSP, Bahujan Samaj Party. Now Bahujan Samaj Party professes the socialist ideology. Okay, it deals with the socialist ideology, and it was established in the year 1984. Okay, and what was its objective? Its objective to protecting the interest of the majority. And who are included in the majority? This scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, religious minorities, and other backward classes who come together and form a majority. Okay, so this party works for all these different sects of the society who came together and form a majority. Is that clear? And what is the main aim of this party? To give power in the hands of the majority. And who is the majority? I'm repeating again. A group of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, religious minority, and other backward classes come together and make a majority. Is that clear? Okay. Now the next, Nationalist Congress Party. Now there is a split in the Congress Party in the year 1999, and a new party come into the existence, that is Nationalist Congress Party. Okay, now what was the value of the party? The democracy, equality, and secularism. Now from the year or in between the year of 1999 to 2014, the party came into the power in Maharashtra in the coalition with the Congress Party. Okay, and not only this, the Nationalist Congress Party uh, made a coalition with the government led by the Congress at center from 2004 to 2014 too. Okay, is that clear to everyone till we have discussed? Now the next important party, the Nationalist Party, which we are going to discuss, is the Trinamool Congress. Now, Trinamool Congress was established in the year 1998. Okay, and our election commission gave party recognition as a national party in the year 2016. Okay, the party was established in the year 1998, and in the year in the year 2016, it got the recognition of the national party. Okay, and what is the objective or the value of the party? That is democracy, secularism, and protection of interests of weaker section of the society. Okay, so now here we can understood that almost all parties have the similar value system. Understood? We have already discussed that they have almost similar value system. So now we have discussed till now the 7 parties which considered as the National Party. Okay. Now someone has, Neeraj has asked from which state the Trinamool Congress is belongs. Okay. And it belongs from the West Bengal. And who is the founder? Mamta Banerjee is the founder. Okay. Is that clear to everyone? Okay. So, till now, whatever we have discussed, you have understood everything, I hope. There is a no doubt whatever we have discussed till now. Now we have to discuss the second part, that is the regional parties. Okay. Uh, that we will discuss in our next lecture. Now we are going to, I'm going to ask you some questions and you have to answer those questions. Okay. Now my first question is, in which year Indian National Congress was established? Very good, Khushi. Not, it is not. Yes, Yashashvi, it is very good. Ria, very nice. It is in the year 1885, the Indian National Congress established. Okay. Now, which are the values on which Indian National Congress believes? Secularism, overall development. Very good, Khushi. Equal rights for whom? Minorities and disadvantageous sections of the society. Very good, Ria. You have given the complete answer. Very nice. Okay. Now the next we are going to discuss is the Communist Party of India was established in the year dash. Very good, Siddesh, Hiral, and everyone. It is 1925. What was the reason for the split in the Communist Party? First, listen the question. What was the reason to split in the Communist Party? No, not to oppose the. Yes, very good, Kushi.